Good evening, everybody. This is Ismortah, and this evening, I'm going to be playing some more Heroes of the Storm, or HOTS for short. When they start first using that acronym, when this game first came out, it was actually very confusing to me, because that's the same acronym as Heart of the Swarm, and as you know, other than the Shadow, I'm all about Zerg, and so I always use HOTS as for Heart of the Swarm acronym, but now it's used exclusively for this game. But anyway, I'm going to check the Twitch feed right quick, but the goal for today is I'm going to show you the strategy that I've developed for the 3 new characters that I got. Really, I got 2 new characters for 1 new skin, but I wanted to play the character, so I relearned and developed the strategy for it. And that is for Orphea, Whitemane, and Anub. So those are the 3 that I'll show you, which is cool because that sort of runs the gamut too. You have the DPS, the tank, and the healer roles to see how they each play different and how they're played specifically, or at least how I play them for those characters. Alright, so let me just check the Twitch right quick. I'll be right with you. Definitely my favorite though is Orphea, just because it's all shadowy shit, and it just really fits my enjoyable playstyle. So, you know, if it works, go for it. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Alright, we are good to go. Okay. So I am doing the special events. It looks like you have still 2 months to complete it, so that should be more enough time, especially if I just play just a couple games every day. So far I've locked 23%, bunch of stuff. I'm working on this one. It looks like at the end you build this guy. I'm curious if you also build these other ones, or if these were previous events. Maybe they were. Like I said, I haven't played this game for like 6 months to a year, so new to the party. Alright. So let's talk to you about other garb and show you what I'm up to. So I'll show you my favorite one first, in case we get limited on time. But I do want to play like 1 game of each to show you how I do it. And then if I have extra time at the end, I'll probably just keep playing Orphea because she's amazing. But I want to start with her too. So for Orphea, if you watched my last stream, when I was trying to figure out how to play her, I do have a strategy that I developed. And like I said, I have a strategy that I developed actually for all 3. So first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you what talents I go with, and then just give you just a general overview of my strategy, and I'll more explain it when I'm actually doing it, because it'll make a hell of a lot more sense. That way you can see what the hell a Shadow Waltz is, for example, and how it's effective, its range, all that jazz. Pretty easy. Alright, so basically for Orphea, how I'm speccing is heavy Shadow Waltz, and then full slowness with Dread, followed by Eternal Feast, and then going straight Eldritch Horror at level 20. So let me show you what I mean. So I'll run through this ability real quick. Shadow Waltz, it's basically a line attack that you can do that goes a certain distance, but if you hit at the end of it, it'll do more damage if you spec appropriately. And when you hit, you can also immediately dash in a particular direction, which is great because that means you can do it to shorten the distance, so you always stay with someone, so someone can't run away, so you keep hitting them. Or you can do it defensively to get away. So if someone's gaining on you, you can throw it back behind you, just so that then you can get a dash bonus. Chomp is a semicircle AoE attack directly in front of you, so you can hit multiple guys. So this is good not only for hitting heroes, but if you can get as many minions as possible to knock them all to half-life. Dread is a line attack similar to Shadow Waltz, but it moves a lot slower, and then at the end of it, just like Shadow Waltz, it does a bunch of damage. But Dread will slow someone at the end of it. And how I'm currently also going to spec, what I'll show you is, so whenever you're in any part of the Dread, you get slowed. So I can cut that pursuit distance. Or again, you can use this defensively so you can get away. Overflowing Chaos, this is just a passive ability that happens whenever you do certain actions with Orphea. So whenever you attack with an ability, you start stacking Chaos, which will stack up 3 times. And then whenever you do a basic attack with her, when she just throws a Shadow Bolt from her hands, it'll have this increased damage like you see here. So the idea is you don't want to go too many abilities without throwing shadows, because you can't go over the stack. And you want to make sure that you also do as many abilities as possible to keep stacking it up, because you also heal for doing that ability as well. Crushing Jaws is cool. It just doesn't fit my playstyle because it's very limited on its range, its execution, just very limiting. Eternal Feast is the main one I do, not only because it looks fucking cool, because you see this huge jaw come out like Jaws, but it's an AoE that I can just paint anywhere, and as long as it keeps hitting a hero, it keeps going off. So if you do this appropriately, you can get massive damage for the price you paid for it. Like you do it, so if someone tries to retreat, they run into it, or someone's pursuing you, they run into it, or you can throw on top of an objective. It's very awesome. Alright, so how am I talenting? So, like I said, I'm going everything Waltz, and then everything slow, and then Eternal Feast, Eldritch Horror. Or at least that's what I call it. I'll get into it. So, in Point, that does extra damage at the end of the Shadow. So, I always want to make sure I always at least hit with it, but if possible, to hit at the end of it. I definitely always favor closer to me and farther away, because if you're too far away, you'll completely miss, whereas if you're a little bit too close, you'd always get that damage in. So that's how I always favor closer to me and farther away. Because if you miss, then you won't get this to proc. This, every time I hit, it makes its cooldown 1 second instead of 6 or 10, as you see here. So you'll make sure you always hit with it. Because then you can also always dash. I'm not speccing this, because if you hit, it's gonna reset 2 seconds anyway, and this just procs down to 1. So what I do is I spec on point, so extra damage at the end, and then I go Fright, so that if you're in any part of the Dread, it slows. For the next one, I do Insatiable, just so I reduce the cooldown of Chomp whenever I hit. So the theme here is, if I hit with any of my abilities other than Dread, it will keep resetting the cooldown, so I can keep doing it. And if I keep doing it, I do more DPS. If I do more of these abilities, I could do more of my Chaos, which does a more powerful normal attack, and then I can gain more life. And then the Dread, it just so I can make it easier for me to keep that pursuit or to break distance, depending on what's going on. Eternal Feast, which I already talked about, it's freaking awesome. And then I spec everything, again, Shadow Waltz. So Determination, so whenever I do Shadow Waltz, I gain Spell Armor as well. And then also, so I steal health. So when I do Shadow Waltz, I can dash and get health and get spell protection and do double more damage at the end. And the last one is Eldritch Conduit, which makes that passive Chaos ability even more powerful. Because now, instead of just making my little bolt more powerful, it makes my spell power increase. So all of my abilities are amped up, which is amazing. So that's it in a nutshell. Let me just get into it, and you can see it for yourself. Definitely my favorite character. She looks awesome. I do all shadow shit. It reminds me of Stukov. The fact that he does all shadow shit, but he heals. She does all shadow shit, but she does damage. They both kind of play a little similar. That's probably why I like it so much. I'll show you guys what it's all about. But she's cool. not going to do voice just so I can keep talking to you guys.
I can tell you've been fighting here for a long time, champion.
You can see my surfboard. You know I had to keep it shadow. Of course, of course. Oh, let's go down south. So my strategy is to make sure I always hit, to make sure I always alternate between abilities and my normal attack, and then to always gauge on who's in front of me on whether I should be dashing forward or dashing away. And then saving Eternal Feats for appropriate times, because it does have a minute cooldown, so you definitely want to use it smartly. Yeah, getting right up to Diablo when he throws people over the wall, that was not a smart move, I want to say. My ally.
Carve up your doubloons, and maybe I'll turn me cannon on your foes! There's treasure on the docks. Be quick and grab it!
Let's get out of here.
Bah, who cares? Let's get to the fun part! Blast them apart!
Pulling off, man. I'm getting like triple team. That's making it a little difficult.
All cannons, hold! Let's skip the treasure hunt. It's right there. Go grab it.
Jesus Christ. What's worse than a 3-man? A 5-man? God, how weird. Let's probably just do this asymmetric level. Typically you don't see that type of play for this difficulty level at all. 2 to 3-man, not a 5-man. Because that means they're not anywhere else. It's actually bad gameplay. Unless you're doing a bridge push. See, we have people. Oh God, Jesus Christ, man.
Easy enough.
Just going as a huge gang, looks like. So meet up with at least one of my buddies. Definitely hard with them moving as a huge gang, but definitely it also costing them.
MVP.
I didn't do that much against their team because they were going as a huge ball, but I was 50% of the damage. That's pretty crazy. Yeah, that's how the character plays in a nutshell. Yeah, there's a noob right to the left of me. That's the one I'll do third this evening. Cool, so next character I'll show you is Whitemane. So Whitemane's a healer, but if you remember her from World of Warcraft, she's not holy per se, she's disciplined. What does that mean? That means it's kind of similar to like Ariel, sorry, that she heals more the more damage that she does. So she's got this thing that one of her traits of being chaos, she's got zeal, that whenever she heals somebody, that person that got healed gets zeal for 8 seconds. And what zeal means is for those 8 seconds, 100% damage that I do also is healing. So her basic heal desperate plea is, kind of a relatively weak heal. But the fact that I also then proc zeal, then when I'm doing all this damage, you do all this bonus healing as well. So you want to alternate doing the heal, damage, heal, damage, heal, damage. In a pinch, though, you can cast Desperation multiple times. It just, see here, gets more and more expensive because every time you cast it after the first time, in the period of 4 seconds, I get stacks of Desperation. Which is a bad thing, but not entirely bad, because there's certain abilities of hers that get more powerful or proc if you have Desperation, which I'll get into. So another ability is Inquisition, which this is a channeled spell that goes to a certain range that I can slow and deal damage. Searing Lash is an ability that can do damage if someone is still in that area after it hits once after a period of time, it can hit again. You'll notice all of her DPS costs no mana, but her heals do, especially when you have multiple stacks. So you really want to use these abilities whenever possible, or DPS, because they're free, and they can add for healing for free. Out of these two, Scarlet Aegis is cool because you can have temporary shield, but what I've been doing, only because it gives you extra, like I said, damage for healing, is Divine Reckoning, which is similar to Eternal Feast, that it does AoE in a certain area and does massive damage as long as the enemies stay inside. Alright, so how am I speccing? How I'm speccing is heavy, what's it called? Searing Lash. Everything with Searing Lash is how I'm speccing, because the whole idea of if I can do more damage, I can do more healing. And then damage is also damage. So I'm going Righteous Flame, so that it's more powerful if the enemy is disabled. Which Inquisition slows. So if you time this right, you can throw down a Searing Lash, and since it takes a short time before it procs, you can drop a Searing Lash and then go into Inquisition, so that you slow somebody to keep them in the Searing Lash so it can go off the second time. Plus, it'll do more damage if someone's stunned, rooted, or silenced, which that also does, as well as my allies have abilities to make it more powerful. Indulgence, so that whenever I do it, restores mana. Again, this ability is free, so not only does the damage give free healing, it also gives me more mana to do more heals. And then here, what I do is I've been going back and forth between these two, but really the better one I would say is Fanatical Power, because I can make it so my heals do 50% more healing for a short period of time. Zealous Spirit is kind of not great because I'd want to passively heal myself all the time, and doing 2 stacks of Desperation, you blow through a shit ton of mana just to give myself Zeal. And if I'm just running away, I'm not doing damage, and so it's a waste. So now I'm doing Fanatical Power for that reason. And this, because of 30-second cooldown, you really only want to do it when it counts. Sort of like an epic ability. Speaking of epics, so I'm going Divine Reckoning, which has a 1.5-minute cooldown. And then keep going Searing Lash. So Harsh Discipline, the fact that it'll root the enemy if I hit someone while I'm doing Inquisition. So that same combo I told you, the fact that if I can drop it and then immediately do Inquisition, not only will I get bonus damage from Inquisition, but then I can also root with Searing Lash, so combo. Lashing out, reduce Searing Lash's cooldown. The more you do it, the more damage, the more healing. And then for the 20, I do Judgment Day. So unlike Orphea, I actually do the more powerful version of this heroic, because not only does it do more damage, which adds to heals if I'm doing, again, Zeal, it also pushes them into the center, which not only ensures they can do more damage, but it kites people potentially back to you. So like if I do it right near my team, I can pull someone back to my team so they can kill the target. That's the gist. This is one of my favorite characters because honestly she's probably the hottest character that I own, and I've always been a fan of her story. And you see, even when you select her, just the pose she does is pretty sexy pose. But I like her. She does bad things, but for the right reason. Yeah. But yeah, no, she's a fun healer. The trick with her, similar to Orphea, is the timing of moves, though. The fact that you want to make sure you hit your target, you want to make sure you go ability, one after the other. And you want to desperately do Desperation if someone's desperately needs heals, but you want to make sure you're not really ever in that situation because it's very mana costly. And you're supposed to be a dedicated healer. So, there you go.
Can't say I'm happy fighting beside you.
The words of the impure fall upon deaf ears.
Alright, so I want to stay near someone that does heavy DPS, so I'm going to stay near Dale here. Mr. Dude here, Abathur, is going to be awesome, but I don't know which one he's going to target. Probably Dale, because he does so much damage. So I'll probably just
5, 4,
stay on
3,
Dale if I can.
2, 1. Let the battle.
But really anybody, they're all strong DPS except for Abathur. But Abathur is going to stay near the base. I mean, he has to stay near the base at all times. He's weak as shit. So I always go E, Q, E, F, if possible. Now I can trigger these abilities when I Zeal, and you want to do Searing Lash before the other ability. Like you see here. I'm just gonna get now just so I get more mana, even though I don't need the heals.
seems generous.
I like the jerk. The announcer, not the player. That seems generous. I mean, what an asshole.
Heroes, gather tribute and earn my favor.
Faithless and weak.
Yeah.
Death to all
Faithless and
tainted by
weak.
the scourge.
Man, her fucking commentary is on point. One of my faves. So great. But yeah, so with her, again, the combo is always want to make sure I Zeal first, and then Lash, and then Inquisition. In that order. And then keep topping people off. But after every 4 seconds.
That was rather violent. Oh, double kill. Choose a talent.
Blessings of the cleansing done.
That ability right there is fanatical power. As I've instead.
Symbiote
Continue
implanted.
proving your
You
worth here.
augmented.
Keep it up.
Enemy slain.
Hot tamale.
Sufficient.
Civilized brute.
Inquisition I'll hold on to, but like I said, the Eternal Lash I always do because I get mana back for just using it, period. But it's good to do Inquisition too, also because it's free attacks. They all have cooldowns, so I want to make sure I save them so I can heal.
Shall we see who gathers enough tribute this time?
Organism Abathur with you.
Okay, definitely can't hold this by myself, dude, so you gotta get in there. Guy, I cannot get this by myself.
Symbiotic link established.
Keep it up. Submit.
Acceptable combat performance.
Choose a talent.
Stronger and stronger.
Oh man, that's like so sexy.
The light has laid your sins.
Retire your pink squadron. Gather tribute. Earn my
Well
favor.
done, brethren.
Actually, I'm gonna keep this guy. Can I heal him? No, I can't heal him. So let's keep going. Fortunately, I can't heal that dude.
Submit.
Whew! I wasn't healing for that. That's just like free shots.
Desires alive.
That's awesome. Woo!
Enjoy and gather tribute.
Sexy.
Or face my curse. The choice is simple.
I want to go down and take it, but I need to stay with my team. Not the world's best DPS.
Exceptional combat performance.
My favor is yours, heroes. Your enemies shall fall.
You shall pay for this treachery! Oh, curious.
Excellent. Mayhem. A good kill. Well done. Keep
Well done,
destroyed.
brethren.
Fort destroyed.
Faithless and weak.
Enough! The curse is over. The time is best friend.
Thanks for the pick-me-up.
That was rather violent. Double kill.
The righteous fear nothing.
Excellent. Choose a talent.
Lessons of the cleansing water.
Keep destroyed. Keep eliminated.
Faithless and weak.
Slain. Double triple kill. Quad kill. Mega kill.
In death, be purified. Let the flame of salvation burn.
Thanks for the pick-me-up.
Whew, I was involved in 15 plus kills as a
Victory.
healer. Nuts.
MVP.
Yeah. Whereas he was doing the killing. Sure. "25% of team's damage healed." Yeah. 25% of all damage all the heroes took, I healed up. Awesome. Negated 25% of all damage. That's some good heals. Yeah, buddy. And that's why I was going heavy damage, because that's what she's all about. Like, passively give people a heal, but try to do a heal right before the engagement, and only do desperation in desperate times, and just, punish. 20% more healing on average than other people who play this. I healed 17,000 hero damage. Nuts. Alright, cool. So, I just want to show you one more character, and I'm going to bounce back to Orphea and do some more games. But yeah, she is fun, looks fun, fun times. So the third one isn't a new character of mine, but I mean, all these characters to me are new because I haven't played in so long, and they've probably been gameplay tweaks, and I kind of forgot the moves and how all the intricacies and how you play each one. But this guy, I got the Zerg skin, so now he's part of Team Zerg, which is me just getting every skin possible for characters with Zerg, so I can make like just a Zerg team, which is cool. Which I'll show you right quick. Zerg, Zerg, more Zerg, more Zerg. Did I say Zerg? Yeah, Team Zerg. So Anubarak is a tank. What that means is it's not someone necessarily that you battle in close, do a lot of damage. It's someone that just primary role is similar to like the healer that I'm just negate damage. I want to be the one that takes all the hits. Fucking period. Not the main DPS, even though I can do some DPS. It's I want to be the primary target because I can absorb the hits. That way the DPS and the healers aren't getting blasted. And so how this guy plays, which I'll show you, is me just getting in your fucking face and doing just constant DPS and constantly harassing so you can't get away from me. And then I have ways that I can shield myself and stuff so I can negate the damage, but it's just so like I'm always in your face, so you always want to engage me, and if you don't, I'm like slowing you down so my team can gang it up on you and kill you. Alright, so what we got? So he's got Impale, which is basically like a reached attack that can stun. Then I have the ability to shield myself and absorb damage. So I want to do that all the time. I want to do this one all the time. Especially when I want to pursue, stun them so I can catch up. Burrow, it's another ability so I can catch up, as well as it slows right after it hits. So I can always stay in someone's face and be within range. There's just a passive ability that can do passively a little bit more DPS all the time by having these little beetles. Then I got two heroics. Locust Swarm looks cool, but I care more about survivability and CCing targets by stuns, roots, slows, incapacitating. That's what I'm all about. Like, I want to make sure that I'm removing the enemy's teammates so it's easy for my team, or being in people's face so they target me and not my team. And that's why I'm going Cocoon. The fact that I can CC somebody for 7 seconds. By CC I mean crowd control. So someone is incapacitated for 7 seconds. So then we just go on other targets and then go back to that target before the 7 seconds are up and surround so that person can't get away for an easy kill. Alright, so how do I do this? So for this character, similar like I spec practically everything Waltz and practically everything Searing Lash. This character I do practically everything having to do with my armor because I want to make sure I'm always fucking alive and can take all of the hits. Fucking all of it. So I go Nerubian Armor to increase my spell armor, which means I decrease the damage I take by 20%. I then go, let me see here. I believe Shed Exoskeleton, because whenever I proc just the shield, it gives me 30% more speed, which is the equivalent of me slowing somebody. So instead of me slowing somebody, I increase my speed. So which means every one of his moves closes the gap. I can stun you, I can slow you, or I can make myself go faster. This, so I can reduce the cooldown. Actually, no, I don't do that. For these two, I suspect a shield, but for third one, the reason I don't is because I go Subterranean Shield. So right after I do a burrow, I immediately get a shield. So that way, all of my abilities increase my defense and allow me to always engage the enemy. So this way, I get 345 more defense, so I can stay alive. And then, of course, I go Cocoon. And then I go, again, stick with the care space. So that I deal 80 damage to all nearby enemies, but double damage to heroes. So if I keep staying just in their face, they'll get all this AoE damage. And let's see. Remember what I did for this one. I know for 20 I do hardened shield again because I'm all about shielding myself. So again I go shield, create a shield, and this also allows me to move more. Cocoon, trap, AoE whenever I do a hardened care space. This hardened shield so I can stop all damage. So I save that for huge fights. For this one, I believe what I did was epicenter. So that my impact has a greater area so that I can slow somebody so I don't accidentally miss. And then it lowers the cooldown for every enemy hit. So if there's a huge group of heroes and I do my burrow, then after I do the burrow, it'll then, if I hit a whole bunch of enemies, it'll drop the cooldown by so much that then it'll trigger another burrow, which then I can use it to do again, to hit all of them, or I can use it as retreat to get out if I'm getting too low on health. And what's cool is the burrow, I don't think I went into that, is you can prematurely stop it. So if I do the ability twice, it'll stop it prematurely. Because otherwise it'll go the max distance and you'll fly by your target. But it's cool because I can use it to stun people, engage, and trigger my shield, or I can use it to get the fuck out of there. That's basically it. Stay in someone's face, make sure I have a shit ton of defense so I can just absorb all these attacks and be the primary focus. Because if they don't stop me, then I'll slow their teammates so they can't get away, or I'll cocoon them so they can't get away. If you can't get away, then when you're close to death, my team's going to kill you. That's how it plays in a nutshell. So that's gotta remember, I go shield, and then burrow, cocoon, shield, burrow. So I always go all the shields and last one burrow before the ultimate. And then for this one, the reason why I didn't do Crypt Weave is because it's kind of dumb. The whole point is me just to temporarily stop somebody and then surround and kill. But the thing is a teammate could hit the web to stop it prematurely. And so if a hero is doing that, then that makes Crypt Weave stupid because you never go over 7 seconds. And shield is really all about my playstyle. Alrighty. But we gotta do it Zerg style, as you see. Gotta go Zerg. Oh, with my favorite Diablo? Yeah! And Mephisto? God, this is gonna be an amazing game to watch, just visually. Fuck yes. Li Ming is awesome because she has these cool cosmic stuff that she does. Well, it's like Team Diablo and Leoric. So I believe Leoric is a bruiser. I don't think he's, or is he a tank? I don't recall. Either way, we have 3 people that can get in close, which is great because we don't have a healer. So that means we can split tanking damage, and then we have 2 real good DPS ranged in the back. So I have to make sure I'm always in the front, always. Even protecting minions, the fact that I can take the hits to the minions, then the minions can take down the tower. Just like, I gotta get in there.
Prepare yourselves for battle, heroes.
Is your soul ready for the chaos yet to be unleashed? Of course.
Doesn't this character look dope? It's like, it's the Death Knight colors, but it's Zerg themed. Zerg skin. See here? Ah, oh, so great. That's why I was excited to get it. New Zerg.
2,
So it's spike, shield, protect myself. But it's all good. If I'm taking damage, no one else is. So that means the minions weren't taking damage. Of course, with that character, maybe exception because she does splash damage, but. I was able to use that defensively too.
Choose a talent. I must retreat. Indubitably. The first shrine.
Tanks are like healers though. They just play better if they're with someone else. If someone could do DPS behind me, or if I have a healer behind me, just like a healer you want to pair with a DPS or a tank. So it's really more advantageous to be with somebody else. So I think that's really what I should do. Just pair with anybody. Preferably a healer or a DPS, not a tank.
I will crush. Activate the shrine, defeat its guardians, and the punishment will be ours. Your spirit is strong.
I did good, but I'm just out of mana, out of health, so that was good.
Well done.
See how like that does the targets couldn't get away from me at fucking all, and they couldn't kill me on their own.
Choose a talent.
Get in their face. Always get in the fucking face.
Our Punisher has fallen before the enemy.
It's alright. Got the kills then.
killing spree. Keep destroying. The angels smile on you.
Our enemy hides here.
This by having 2 tanks, they couldn't even do enough DPS with the tower because we can mitigate so much damage. So that's why you just keep alternating tanks running in and out.
MVP.
My guess is Leoric is not a tank. I want to. For some reason, I think it's a tank. It's either a tank or a bruiser. I think it's a tank. Look at that. I practically, well, I'll say a fourth of the team's damage is soaked. And I don't believe I died once. Yeah, buddy. That's how you go Zerg. And I love this song. So good. That's the way I can modify the music. Yeah? Cool, so that's the 3 I wanted to show you. I know we're an hour in, so I'll probably keep this short this evening just because I want this to be a quick video that you can jump in and look at the strategy, or at least how I play for all 3 of these characters. So I'll end for this evening by doing just one more Orphea because she's so awesome, and just watch me get in there and just ravage. She is amazing! Alright, enjoy. Look at that shadow beast in the background. Then she just floating like hee hee. She like never walks, she just floats everywhere. Oh, say, let's see who's on my team. We got some Maeve. I believe that's melee DPS. We got some ranged. No heals, no tanks, but a lot of damage. Looks like. I believe Maeve is either a melee assassin or a bruiser.
Yes.
Ending with some spider action.
Even if
The level.
it risks everything.
So, if, like, for example, if you pair Orphea with a noob, amazing. Or a healer, just so I can constantly do DPS all day. I forgot I changed her announcer to the butcher. Like, I didn't know what number I was on.
This is what it takes.
Oh my god. Wrong button. Jesus Christ. I had my hand on 4 different buttons, that was wrong 4.
Must be a reason for this.
Nice.
The Nexus just got
Get a little bit of that mana juice. Get some spada juice.
There's darkness out there.
I went after Mephisto instead of the tank, only because you can deal more damage to the DPS, and DPS will do more damage to me. So that was the reasoning there.
Today's my day. Just go away and don't come back.
My strength gathers. Shall know my power firsthand. Leave only ruins, my daughters.
Team of 4. Never the best news. Not gonna win that battle. Like, I want to help it. Like, I'm not gonna be any help. I'm just gonna contribute to fatalities. Pick my battles. Like 2 at a time I can do it, sure, but not everybody.
Why do you have to be part of the
But when I have teammates, yes we can! My buddies. Like, I could take 2, but does need help. More than that.
It is over for now. It's ready to form again. Return the gems to me. We cannot be stopped.
Alright, I'm just gonna go ahead and heal.
just running away?
And now show up with Eternal Feats and we'll rock their face, because they're only at level 6. So, go in with full power. especially if they group up like that, like they've been doing, and then the Eternal Feats will hit everybody and then keep going off. That's when you get up to 50% team DPS right there. Look at that. See that it went off like 3 or 4 times?
Well struck.
God, they're losing fucking hard.
Go away. Don't come back.
They have
Something finally went right. They're with us or against us. Force their hand.
I still got my feats too.
We need a strategy.
If we just kill everybody one more time, we'll have this. "20 seconds to another feast." Oh yeah, and we kill 2 of them and get spiders and this last tower. They are what you would call, fuck. Seconds to another feast. Now they're going to come out of the woodworks. Almost bit to dust, but they can't catch me. Just drop slowing stuff and run away.
MVP.
Ooh, she beat me. Well, she did a bunch of siege. I don't think I did that much siege damage, even though I probably did a lot of hero damage. Aw, didn't make the map. Oh, but she got Dominator. Yeah, I'll give it to her. Cool. She is a ton of fun, and so are the other two. Well, thanks for watching. This is all I got to show you this evening. I just wanted to have this be a good video of how to play all three characters and show some of my faves. So next week, Wednesday, 7 p.m. PST, I will do some more Heroes of the Storm. Probably rotating to some other heroes, but we'll see. The next stream, though, is this Friday, 7 p.m. PST, and that I'm going to do some hardcore Uprising, which was an old school Xbox game, which is backwards compatible on the Xbox One, which is a game that's kind of plays like a combination of like Contra and Battletoads. It's a side scroller. So yeah, if you're interested, come check it out. And otherwise, thanks for watching. Again, this is Ismortah, and I'll catch you next time.